What's going on, guys? It's Nick here, back with another fantasy football video. Today, finally, guys, I told you, eventually it would happen. We're doing Yahoo. Tomorrow's mock draft, I believe, is going to be NFL.com, but I have to talk to Darren about that. This one we're going to be doing, it's only standard, apparently. Maybe some of you use Yahoo, and you can let me know. But I could only find standard, but we haven't done many standard mock drafts, so we're going to do it this time. Roster setting is different than other sites I've used. A quarterback, 3 wide, 2 running back, tight end kicker, no flex. They use the stupid kicker, but defense, and then what is that, like 7 bench spots? 6 or 7, I can't really count. No flex, so we have to think about that when we're drafting our running backs. Normally, if you're in standard and the value's there, you can draft 3 running backs because worst case scenario, you start 3 running backs. Likely you won't be, because it's kind of hard to hit on 3 running backs. But we have to think about that. My preferred roster setting is 2 wide, 2 running backs, and then a running back / wide receiver and a flex. That way you can go 3 running backs, you can go 3 wide receivers, or 4. 4 running backs, 4 wide. You can do whatever combination you want, but we're going to have to do it this way. Standard scoring. Unfortunately, we're not going to learn where Zeke goes. If you guys want my thoughts on the Zeke situation, look at the video we posted yesterday. But I want to know where he's going to end up going. It's just that the mocks aren't filling up 100%, so it's going to auto-pick Zeke. So that's just going to happen. There's nothing I can do about that. No matter what you use, like the rankings are still, obviously, it happened. I'm recording this Friday night, so the rankings aren't going to be adjusted, and they're probably not going to be adjusted for a while because these sites are terrible at that. But here we just go whichever DJ or Bell, whichever one's left. Then the choice in the second round becomes this Crowell, Gurley, Baldwin range. Depends what we see there. So, yeah, DJ went 1. Also, you only have 30 seconds. ESPN's 45 seconds. A little bit less time to think. So we need to be on our heels. I'm going to try and draft this one also like a normal team. Like I said, the rest of the mock drafts, I'm going to try and make this like legitimately what I would do if this were my team, whereas some of the other ones, maybe we like tested stuff out. Okay, so Elliott went 4, so I'm sorry. That's just how it's going to be. I said I would talk about Watkins. We have a collaboration video coming out on Wednesday with another YouTuber, and we do get into that on his take on it. But quick take on Watkins is I'm not touching him anymore. I think Jared Goff is just pathetic. And could he make strides? Yeah, I mean, he's young. We don't know his future. But he looked really bad last season. And they just don't score points. It's just not a situation I want to be part of. He could be good. But there's just so much risk, and now not enough upside. Like, there was enough upside on the Bills, but now there isn't. So 5th round, that's where he's going to have to be going for me to draft him. And I think he's still going to stay in like the 4th to early 5th. So I'm probably not going to touch him. Woods, it helps him, Robert Woods, as a football move, but you can't touch the number 2 wide receiver in that offense for fantasy. Now Jordan Matthews went to the Bills, but that's kind of a situation where they all just vulture each other. Like, Bolin's going to take some touchdowns, and Zay Jones and Matthews kind of, like, who plays the slot at that point? Is it Jones? Is it Matthews? Is it Bolin? Like, I don't know. I'm assuming Bolin's going to play the 1, but because I don't see the other 2 having that capability. But I don't know. They're all going to vulture each other. I think Tyrod's fine still. I'll still take him where he's going, which is like 17th quarterback. But let's look at Yahoo, because their rankings are a little bit different than the sites we've been using. Michael Thomas is ranked a little bit back, but we're still not going to get him. I believe Murray was also, if I clicked running back, Murray's 16th. I think that's a little bit further than he is on ESPN, but again, we're not going to get any of those guys. So I'll scroll through running backs real quick. McCaffrey's too high. This is standard scoring. Gillisley's too high. Hyde's too low, so we'll target him. Dalvin Cook is probably where he deserves to go. A nice, good, like, late fourth round pick. But one I noticed was Woodhead at 96 is way too low. They still have Kenneth Dixon ranked highly because he's out for the year, but Terrence West is way too low. Burkhead is still a value pick in my eyes. So there's some options at running back later to keep paying attention to where we are. Wide receivers, they have Tyrell Williams ranked accurately, whereas other sites don't. Obviously, Watkins hasn't changed yet. Martavis is a little bit lower, I think, than Fantasy Football Calculator. Keenan Allen's lower, but Landry's way lower, but again, this is standard. Golden Tate's way too low, so we'll target him. Benjamin's pretty low. Decker's pretty low. Diggs is pretty low. So there's some value. Quincy's still on the board. There's some value. So let's sort by all now. We would like Crowell. We would like to start off Bell Crowell. I've said that anywhere in the third is fine for him, but honestly, I'm starting to think late second's also fine. I'm not putting anything in his first preseason game. I'm not even sure they started their offensive line, but he got like a few carries. There's nothing to look for there. They're still a top 3 offensive line. They're going to use him. If Duke converts to the slot, that's even more receptions for Crowell, and he already had 40. So I'm thinking easily he's going to hit 40 again. I'm not concerned at all. Like, I'll take him ahead of Miller, definitely. Cooper seems a little bit high. His touchdowns aren't going to be there, really. I mean, 7, is that his ceiling? So, I'm not touching Cooper. And then McCaffrey, you guys have heard me say, I'm not drafting McCaffrey in standard. Like, the touchdown, I mean, Stewart's still going to be used. I'll finish that thought after my pick comes up. I'll finish it now. Stewart's still going to be used, and Newton's going to take goal line carries. Stewart's going to take some goal line carries. Like, where are the touchdowns going to be for McCaffrey? So to hit this ranking at the end of the year, he needs to have some touchdowns, and I don't think that's going to happen. We love Dez or Baldwin. I really think those would be. Oh man, so there goes Dez. Dez would have been nice. We'd like Baldwin, but we'll take Crowell. So this will be a good pick still. There goes Baldwin. Okay. This is standard, so again, we want to lock up our running backs, and I definitely see him. I have a little bit of time. I see him well above all of these guys. But Hyde is too low. So we need to think about that. I hate that there's only 2 running back spots picking another running back. And also, they both have a week 9 bye. That is literally of 0 importance to me. Not even a tiebreaker. I don't know how to put people in the queue. I never even looked. So, no, we should take one of these wide receivers. Hopkins or Demarius or Pryor? Well, I have them all ranked so closely. I lean Demarius. I would like to know what my rankings are. I have way too many files in this computer. We got time until my next pick. There's no way I get Hyde. That's fine, Excel. You don't need to work. There we go. Oh, my computer's freaking out right now. I think Hyde, the Joe Williams is of 0 concern to me. And Joe Williams can't catch. I don't think people realize that. He can't catch. So, why? I don't know. I just don't see why people are off of Hyde. It's the injuries, but I don't see that being concerned. Yeah, I have Demarius right ahead of Hopkins. Oh, these are PPR. But they literally have the exact same projection. So, what is this? Go away. They're like literally the same projection if you look at our premium rankings. So, whichever one you feel more confident in, that's who I would suggest taking. Hopkins is slipping. Who went after my pick? They say Hopkins is slipping? I meant Pryor slipping. So it was Thomas, then Hopkins, then McCaffrey, Gronk. I saw that Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady are ranked very highly here, whereas they aren't on other sites. Again, don't take them. We don't take quarterbacks early. Unless Rodgers falls to like the mid-4th, but he won't. Unless Brady falls into like the 6th or late 5th, but he won't. So We don't touch them. Yeah, Brady just went in the 3rd round. God, you gotta be kidding me. I'd still prefer Tyrod in the 12th, even with losing Watkins. Because think about it. He finished, what, 8th last season? But didn't he get better? Because Watkins was out most of the year. Now he's got Bolden. Now he's got Jordan Matthews. Now he's got Zay Jones, whereas all he had was Woods. There were games Woods got hurt. Was he playing the Patriots? It was a game Woods got hurt. He was throwing to like Marquise Goodwin, and then he got hurt. It was like he had no one to throw to. Finishes 8th. Complete and utter disrespect from the drafting community right now. So I hope that he falls 2 more spots, because that means I'll get him in like the 13th round. Oh, my team's gonna be loaded. Also, oh, I was supposed to bring this up. We were talking in the chat, and apparently I'm not emphasizing it enough. You don't draft 2 quarterbacks in a 1 quarterback lead. I don't care who you drafted. I don't care if you drafted Big Ben. I don't care if you drafted injury-prone Luck. I'm not drafting Luck, so I guess Luck would be the only person if he misses time. But why you draft? Like, just don't draft 2 quarterbacks in a 1 quarterback league. It's so stupid. Worst waste of a pick. Worst waste of a pick. And yet so many of you guys are doing it even when I'm telling you it's a horrible waste of a pick. It's called streaming. I know some of you don't like to stream. I think the quote, the guy in the chat, is like, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him stream a quarterback. I'm telling you guys, it's so simple to stream quarterbacks. So simple. I started with Cousins last year, then I went to Mariota, Colin Kaepernick, and Simeon. You're like, well, that's ass. No, it was quarterback 6 when you look back. It's so easy to stream quarterback. We're probably going to do a podcast. That's what the decision's basically going to be. We're doing an hour-long podcast. We're going to tell you who to stream every week. You can get quarterback 6 production. Just take whoever's left in the 12th or 13th round. But don't take 2 quarterbacks. It's such a waste of a pick. Ugh. And yet you guys show me the mock draft. You're like, rate my team. I took Tom Brady, and then you say another quarterback. Why would you draft another quarterback? You have Tom Brady. If he gets hurt, just pick someone up. Ugh. Unless you're in a 2 quarterback league, obviously. But no, that just makes me upset. Anyways, we should probably figure out who we're drafting here. So again, also Gillislee, watch the top 5 video. I'm not drafting Mike Gillislee even in standard anymore. Rex Burkhead is going to be used. I don't know to what capacity, but in the 12th round, I'm taking that over Gillislee. I think Gillislee can get a lot of touchdowns. He's got a ton of upside, but I'm not doing it. I'm not taking Gillislee. If I got Allen Robinson at this pick, that'd be monstrous. Or I would take. I feel like I might have to take Hyde at that point, because I do see a drop off. If we look at the running backs, I see a big drop after Hyde. So all these guys have huge question marks. So will he get there? Unlikely. But I would take Hyde. Allen Robinson would be nice here. But okay, there he goes. But I would take... Man, I don't like taking Tyreek this early. Crabtree, Martavis, or Emmanuel. But I already have Demarius, so that's not ideal. Hyde got taken and Breeze got taken. Okay. So we're looking at a wide receiver here. We're not going to go on one of the other running backs, right? No. I like Dalvin Cook. I do like Dalvin Cook. But we're going to take a guy here. We're probably going to take Crabtree. Crabtree or Martavis Bryant? That's too early for Martavis Bryant. Crabtree's giving me good production. Although I like Diggs. Yeah. Yeah, Crabtree, I just know what I'm getting. And even though I think Cooper takes a step forward, I know what I'm getting in Crabtree. And that's a perfectly fine wide receiver too. With touchdown upside, so we want touchdown projections for these guys. The pick here would be Emmanuel if you weren't in a league where you already have Demarius. Keenan Allen's kind of screaming value in the 5th. I like a lot of these guys, but Golden Tate, no, I have to take Martavis, don't I? Oh, this is not good. No, I like Golden Tate a lot. God, those 30 seconds, that gets you. My draft, my home league is 60 seconds. It should never be anything less than that. I know it's a mock draft, though, so you gotta. I just like a lot of wide receivers in this range, which is why I'm fine starting with Bell and Crowell. Like, this is my team so far. We got Le'Veon Bell, Isaiah Crowell. I did not mean to rhyme there. Demaryius Thomas, Crabtree, and Golden Tate. Remember, we don't just fill up our lineup, so we're not going, ooh, quarterback and tight end are next. No. We're going to take the value. I hate having an early pick, though. I chose 2 because I feel like it's been a while since we've done an early pick. Probably do a mid next time and then a later one. I'll try and tell Darren to do a mid-round pick on NFL.com for Sunday, and then a late-round pick we'll do the next one. I try to field your requests, but at this point, I get 15 requests a day to do mock draft spots, and I'm not going to start promising people mock drafts now. So if you request a mock draft, that's nice. I'll look at it, and maybe it'll like be in like the back of my mind when I'm doing one. You know, like I'll pick a spot and be like, why did I pick that spot? It's because someone said it, but I'm not targeting them. So who are we looking for here? Since we can start 3 wide, we're okay with the wide receiver, but also since it's standard, we want to make sure we have a good running back. So we're going to take best available running back or wide receiver. Unless there's like insane value at, I mean, Jimmy Graham, if he falls to 71, he won't be there. And I'm not going to touch anyone else. I want Ertz a little bit now that Macklin's gone. Now that Matthews is gone, not Macklin. Take Ebron. Austin Hooper's going pretty late in this one. He hasn't climbed as much as Fantasy Football Calculator. I'll take Fedorowicz, to be honest, late. But some of these guys are so similar that I'm not going to... I'll just take whoever's last. So who would the running backs be? Oh, I did see. So, yeah, Woodhead. Yeah, I would take Woodhead with one of these picks. Definitely. I would definitely take Woodhead in that'd be the late 6th round. Who could I see falling there? Maybe Pirine. I posted in the private chat, but obviously you guys haven't heard my take on that yet. I want to talk about Dalvin Cook too. I'm off Pirine. It stinks that, like, I was talking to Nick, who's the guy we collabed with. It stinks that we have to make these videos early on in the season and then our opinions change, but then it's still, you know, 500 people a day are watching these videos. But Pirine made the top 5 late round running back, something like that. But I'm not drafting him anymore because reports from camp are that he can't catch, he's struggling a little bit in blitz protection, and he's got fumbling issues. Then he goes into the game, stinks it up, and fumbles. So Kelly's ranked ahead of him now, in my eyes. And where is Kelly going, actually? Yeah, 129 for Fat Rob. I mean, I think he's going to be the starter to start the season. If you're going to give me in standard scoring, I don't care that he can't catch. It's going to be Chris Thompson. I don't care that he can't catch. I'll have him on my team, and that'd be like your 4 or 5. So Kelly's now a good pick. Never thought I'd say that because he's not that good. But I'll take Woodhead. I don't want to have to take Terrence West. I want to be able to wait another round. So Woodhead and a wide receiver would be nice. If Snead or Tyrell were available, that'd be nice. But I think both of them will get taken. Benjamin, you guys know I hate in PPR. Standard scoring, he's fine at this spot, but I truly believe he's going to catch probably another touchdown in preseason. But if he does anything more in the preseason, he's going up. He's going up to the 5th round, I want to say. So, yeah, he's a good value here, but he's not going to be going here. Whereas I think, like, Fitz and Tyrell. And actually, Nick started getting me on Fitz. Fitz would be a nice guy to have here. He fell a lot, it looks like. Really, what's changed? And you'd be like, oh, he's old, he's going to get hurt. He's never really been hurt. So that's a good pick, getting Fitz there. Snead was a good pick a little bit before. So who are we looking? I like Diggs a lot, but that would be with that next pick. Decker for touchdowns. It's Tyrell, Benjamin, Decker, Macklin, Diggs. That's who I'm looking for right here. But since I kind of view all of them similarly, can I wait on Woodhead? I have Woodhead ranked ahead of all of these guys, even in standard. We're just going to lock up Woodhead because he's not going to be there at the next one. And since I view all those wide receivers pretty similarly, I'm just going to avoid the risk that someone takes them, like just Brent over here. And we're just going to, yeah, we're going to let them pick whoever they want. Okay. So it's Tyrell. You got to go Tyrell here. Decker, I get if you want to take Decker at this spot just because he's hyper efficient in the red zone and so is Mariota. But, man, I have to adjust the rankings. I have Diggs ahead of Tyrell in standard. Not in PPR. Diggs is my boy in PPR. But he's not going to catch many touchdowns. He's going to be at, like, what? 90 for 11 to 1,200, depending on how good of a year he has. But we'll say 1,100. 90 for 1,100 and, like, 5 touchdowns, which is great. I mean, that's a great season. But I'm going to take the touchdown upside of Tyrell because he could legit catch 10 touchdowns. Probably won't. A projection's like 7 to 9, but I need someone to be able to score touchdowns in standard. So wide receiving core is looking good. We got Demaryius Thomas, Crabtree, Golden Tate, and Tyrell. That's nice. And then Bell, Crowell, Woodhead. So we need running backs. My mouse is garbage. To be honest, I think it's the battery in the mouse is garbage, but we'll call it the mouse. Who are we looking? I'm very curious how Stewart's going to be used in the offense, but it'd be Terrence West. So what does the star do? Oh, that gets them in the queue. Okay. Can I drag people up there too? I cannot. Okay. Derrick Henry is actually ranked properly in in Yahoo. Isn't he going like 6th round in Fantasy Football Calculator and ESPN and stuff? This is actually a good ranking for him. Still not super high drafting him. But if you draft DeMarco, like I don't do handcuffs, but you should probably have Derrick Henry, if we're going to be honest. Right now, I think it's McFadden's the backup. If you guys are wondering, I didn't mention it in the video. If you draft Zeke, then you should probably draft Jaquiz, however you pronounce his name, Jaquiz Rogers, and McFadden, I believe, is the backup, not Morris. But we'll see, I guess, in preseason. Just don't expect good production. Like, that's the thing. If McFadden's going in, like, the 6th, 7th round, you can't touch him, even if you have Zeke. Because they start the season, I think it's Giants, Broncos, or Broncos, Giants, but, like, he plays really tough matchups in those 6 weeks. And the O-line isn't what it was last year, or what it was when McFadden was a thing. So I'm a little hesitant. I want to see where he goes, but I'm not touching him. Especially if I don't have Zeke, I'm not touching him, obviously. But even if I have Zeke, I just think the point that I was making with the 3rd round, though, like, early 3rd round, you could conceivably get David Johnson and Elliott, and then week 8 on, you're going to crush people. Or Bell and Elliott. So that's why I think early 3rd round's a good spot. But then you think, what about mid 3rd round? Because that means you got like Antonio Brown, or maybe you got like Julio. We'll say you got Julio, and then I don't know, Julio and then DeMarco Murray. We'll just make a team. Then do I want Zeke? I don't know at that point. Like, I feel like I just want it if I can get the 2 stud running backs, but I don't know. That's just a thought. I feel like these running backs are slipping a little bit. AP, Powell. Like, Powell, he's not actually really hurt. It's just a little bit of, it's a minor injury. He's out of the preseason game, but I don't even know if he was going to play there. That's okay. Defenses can go in the 8th round. That's perfectly fine. Other than Abdullah, AP, Powell, though, I don't like this range. at all. Like, I don't like it at all in standard. Like, I can find my PPR guys. There, I put some guys in the queue. Some people comment, they're like, put people in the queue. Fine, I will. Easy. Wow. So many wide receivers you can get late. That's why the strategy in standard needs to be running back heavy. I'm not saying you need to go 4, but if the value's there, you should probably take them in the first 3. I just didn't like the 3rd round running backs. I don't really like the 3rd round running backs, which is why I'm taking Crowell in the 2nd after taking running back in the 1st, and then I'm just going to go with some wide receivers I like. I don't know who I like the most. I mean, obviously it's Terrence West, but if he gets taken, I really don't know who I'd take at that point. I'm not sure I'd take a running back now. I feel like I'd have to go Diggs. Wow. I didn't think these guys would be going so late. But I need, in standard scoring, you need a running back. So, go away. So we've got Bell, Crowell, Woodhead, and West. Now what do we do? Because I love Garcon, Macklin, Diggs, Britt. Then I see a drop-off. So I don't think I can pass up those guys. I think these guys will be there too at the next picks. So who would I like the most in standard? Well, not Garcon. It's Macklin or Diggs. What do they have up for a projection? Yeah. I think it's Diggs. I really do like Stephon Diggs this year. The touchdowns are iffy, but and it's the injuries, but I'm gonna play into the narrative that he kind of alluded to in the off season, that like he's young first of all, but he was a young rookie in that maybe he took for granted a little bit after his rookie season, the NFL, and he kind of said that he didn't condition properly last off season. Maybe that led to the injuries, which is what he's hinting at. I tend to think it's a mixture of that and some people just get these injuries more. So, is he a risk? Yeah, but he's more of a risk in like the middle rounds, like the 5th, 6th, 7th in PPR. In standard, like the 9th round. Is anyone a risk at that point? I mean, everyone has their question marks. That's why they're going in the 9th round. So, I like the upside of this because I think he's still 23. So, he's still developing. And I think he's utilized very well in that short passing game. Week 9 is going to blow. Just throwing it out there. Bell, Crowell, Tyrell, and Diggs. All not playing. And then we go to week 10. And Crabtree, Woodhead, and West aren't playing. But that's really not an issue. When's my pick? Still like 15 spots. I should get more batteries. So, you know what? I'm using the mouse pad. We're going to look at tight ends. I would take Ertz at this spot. I think he's like locked and loaded tight end 1 now. So, Aguilar is going to step into the slot. But if you guys draft Aguilar, then I don't know what you're doing. Like, I don't know what you're doing drafting Aguilar. If he's going to have, like, a screen pass he's going to take to the house, and he's going to launch up into, like, the 12th round, which is launching up because he was nowhere. Don't draft Aguilar. He's not good. And the rumblings in camp that it was like, oh, Aguilar is pushing, he's taking first-team reps, he's pushing Matthews. He is not pushing Matthews. I think it was they knew they were trading Matthews, so they wanted to get the guy who's actually going to play the slot to get some first-team reps. That's what I think it was. It's not he's better than Matthews. He's not better than Matthews. He's garbage, so don't draft him. But I think that it's Alshon, and then it's Ertz. And Alshon hasn't proven to stay healthy for a whole year. So what if Alshon goes down? You know how heavily targeted Ertz is going to be? So Ertz is a good pick, even in the 9th round probably. But I just prefer to load up my bench and just be safe. I grab 2 running backs and 2 wide receivers for the bench. I feel safe now. Now I can address tight end and quarterback. Maybe more picking the quarterback that I like. And just stream. Like, I cannot emphasize enough the fact that you guys need to be streaming quarterback. It's so much more valuable. I know you can take Rodgers and be like, yo, but I'm getting a top 3 guy. I know you are, but I'm not getting that much less production 10 rounds later. You guys got to think about the value of 10 rounds, and then think about Ertz just went. That's unfortunate. Then think about what you're getting. Like, what if he duds? Macklin's on the board. I have to take that because I didn't see a tight end that I was particularly pleased with at this spot, at least. That is the worst when that happens. Okay, so we have 20 seconds and no mouse. It's Ebron. Click. Ebron, Britt. I should probably get on Ebron in case. So we're doing Ebron still. Yeah, we're gonna go Ebron. We're gonna lock him up. I know I have Ebron and Tate. I'm not concerned. Again, it's not that big of a deal having 2 guys in the same team as long as they're not both the wide receivers. I would not get unless you could do it for Demaryius and Emmanuel. You could do it for Snead and Michael Thomas. I'm sure there's another one. I mean, I would draft Robinson and Marquise Lee. Oh, it's my pick again. I forgot about that. Oh, this is unfortunate. It's Britt. I already did this. No, it's Fat Rob. Oh, that's so painful clicking his name. I was talking about something. Oh yeah, there's probably another one that I'm just not thinking of right now. But it's just not ideal to take like 2 wide receivers. But you can take a tight end and a wide receiver, especially when it's Tate and Ebron, because they can both be fine. It's when a tight end late, like you're just looking for like 5 for 50 with some touchdown upside, which I know Ebron had 1 touchdown, but Bolen's gone and I see positive regression, so I'm fine with doing that. We're gonna be late 12th, early 13th with my next picks. I think we have enough wide receivers, right? We have 4 wide. No, we have 5 wide receivers and 5 running backs, so we're even. We have 1 more bench spot. I feel like I would like to make this bigger, but I cannot. Maybe I can, but that got rid of who's being drafted. But I don't think you guys can even see that, anyways. So quarterback, a bench spot, and then obviously kicker and defense last. So let's look at quarterback at what's left. You guys notice that through the entire draft, other than just maybe checking if Breeze and Brady and Rodgers have fallen really far, but you can check that with like the whatever that thing's called, the smack talk this thing says. But notice why I didn't do that, because we've still got Wentz, we've still got, well, Bortles is ass, but we've still got Wentz, Tyrod, and Carr. Wow. I don't think Carr is like an exceptionally good pick, but I mean at the 12th round. Hopefully people don't draft 2 quarterbacks too much, but I'm not even joking. Worst case scenario, so like you wait too long. I almost hope this happens here. But you wait too long at quarterback. You know what you can do? Is you can grab Brian Hoyer while he's still healthy, and he's going to be fine. And he's going to get you some points weeks 1 and 2, and you're going to wait for someone to drop their 3rd quarterback, because someone will. And then when they drop Phillip Rivers because he has a difficult schedule and he posts 2 duds, and that was their 3rd quarterback because they're stupid, you pick them up for free. So don't panic. Relax at the quarterback position. Don't even look at it, because there's 32 starting quarterbacks and some of them aren't that good, but you can play the matchup, and someone's going to go off that was not even on our radar, and people are going to drop coming towards the bye. You kind of have to wait till the bye typically. But once the bye hits and those teams with 3 quarterbacks start seeing their roster and they're like, well, I should probably drop the guy I haven't played and never will since I have Aaron Rodgers. I don't know why I have 3 quarterbacks. You just take that guy. Slightly concerned that we don't get our boy Tyrod, but we'll take Wentz. If we don't get Tyrod or Wentz, we're not touching Bortles. I'm not sure who we would take. I mean, it would be Hoyer, but I'd just wait at that point for the last round. Yeah, it would be Hoyer. I think Paxton Lynch is going to lose the job, so it would be Simeon. But, like, even, don't be worried, like, oh, I drafted the wrong one. No one's going to draft the other one. So just drop him and pick him up. The other guy hits. Like, it's not a big deal. So I've never been worried about quarterback, but I don't know. Someone posted in the chat, and they were right. Like, I thought I was making it clear that you should never take 2 quarterbacks. You should always wait late, but I guess it wasn't clear enough. Let's put these guys over there. We'll need another pick, which I always forget about, but I'll be very happy with one of Jamal Williams or Burkhead. Like I said in a different video, I don't remember which one. Oh, it was the late round strategy. I said Jamal Williams is a good pick late because even if you like Ty Montgomery, there's a chance that he gets hurt. I don't predict injuries, so we're not going to go there. But there's a chance that he's not that good in a running back role, and it was just, you know, what do you have, like 70 carries? Like, he hasn't had that big of a role. I mean, what did he do in the preseason? It was 3 carries for 0 yards and a fumble. So that was a good start. I'm not saying he's not going to be good, but Procise is still there. I didn't think he would. Duke Johnson's still there. That's intriguing. Obviously, I know this is, like, those are great PPR plays. Procise has some upside. Yeah, I won't touch Procise. Oh, did both my quarterbacks get taken? Gosh darn it. Oh no, Wentz is still there. Yeah, Wentz is right there. See, I'm fine with Wentz early. It's not ideal, but you stream, okay? I haven't looked at the matchups early. I know Hoyer's playing the Panthers, and don't you worry, I already have and I'll be making a video on it. I should probably check who Wentz plays week 1. I made my my $20 lineup for DraftKings into the $5.55 million contest. I'm not gonna win, but I'm pretty sure it's not decided yet. But I'm pretty sure I'm going with my Hoyer Pierre Garçon stack week 1. We'll see though. I haven't done the research yet. I can show you guys my lineup when we're done this if you want. Who are we picking here first? We should probably figure that out. We're good at wideout, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, I always have to count. Oh, we're 5 and 5. Standard, we should lean running back. And I don't think there was any. Doxson, Cole Beasley. Whichever Jets wide receiver wins the job. Right now it's looking our Darius Stewart. Who do I take here? Oh. Well, I don't think it's Procise. No, it's not Procise. It's Jamal. I think Jamal in standard. But I'd be fine if you had gone Burkhead. I just think Burkhead, Procise, and Duke are all better in PPR. And Jamal would be better in standard. Which, again, I want you guys to tell me, is it only standard in Yahoo? Is that the only mock draft I can do? Because that's all I saw was either standard or auction. But we'll run through the team while we're not going to pick defense kicker. We're just going to exit. We have Carson Wentz, which I know. Remember, I've already talked about it. Don't panic. Demaryius Thomas. Michael Crabtree, Golden Tate. I hate this mouse. Le'Veon Bell. Isaiah Crowell. How many times have I said that? Ebron, defense kicker. Woodhead, Tyrell, Terrence West, Diggs, Fat Rob, Jamal Williams. Like the team very much. It's not the best team I've drafted, but I do like the team a lot. I like all these players. I think we got good value. Let's look at it, guys. Yeah, I don't care. Also, I was looking around for the like what's it called when you auto pick. Couldn't find it. I placed in the preseason one. Oh, okay, so I put this lineup into it, but I think I'm gonna go with the other one. In case you guys play like this, does that not look like a good lineup? I know you can't see who they're playing. Can I do that? Let me even show you who they're playing. Oh, there it is. Let me know this looks like a good lineup. Because Rodgers was cheaper than I thought, and that game's probably going to be a shootout at Lambeau. So I ran it back with Baldwin. I have the Rodgers, Jordy stack. Hyde's going to be so chalky. At 4,600 and Woodhead, they're going to be so chalky. Because remember, it's full point PPR for DraftKings. But I love both of those guys. Baldwin, Nelson, Tate, and I actually looked it up on Pro Football Focus, and I'm pretty sure Tate's matched up against a garbage slot corner. So that's something to look for. Eifert's super cheap, so I liked that. Macklin seems cheap, and then the Giants were insanely cheap, given that they're the Giants. I don't care if they're playing at Dallas. That was great value there. So that's one lineup. We'll go to, this was the one I made with Hoyer. 300 left, so I could upgrade something. And again, whichever Jets wide receiver, like where is... Yeah, our Darius Stewart is 37, so if he wins the job, he might be chalk, but whoever wins it's going to be chalky play. But doing Hoyer allows you to play Bell at Cleveland, which is pretty nice. Procise at 41 seems like a value. But Hoyer, Bell, Procise, Odell, Garcon, Macklin, Ertz, Crabtree. That one I kind of stacked out the wide receivers and Bell. Like, it seems like a really good overall team. Being able to get Bell, Odell, Macklin, it seems like a good team. Neither of these are... They're both tournament lineups. I haven't made a cash game lineup. And really, you shouldn't even be making lineups at this point with 710 hours left. But if you're a degenerate like me, you had to play. So that's the end of this one, guys. I already exited from the other one, so we can't even see the team again. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, why don't we hit that like button? And if you haven't checked out our premium rankings or our affiliation with Pro Football Focus, check that out in the description down below. You're getting 12.5% off of Edge and 10% off of Elite. If you play DFS, I do highly recommend Elite. It's cheaper option than going for Fantasy Labs, and they're giving you a lot of information. The big one I like is the player pivot. It's giving you like the matchups depending on if they run like 2 wide or 3 wide, what cornerbacks and what their grade of that cornerback is. That's a huge tool. But I really like that. So if you play DFS, check out the Elite subscription there. If you play season long, you don't need Elite, so I would not suggest you get that, but you can get the Edge version. If you want our rankings, I posted the top 10 late round wide receivers. So if you guys do have our premium rankings, that's now on the page, and then the running back one will be available shortly. And we have been updating the rankings. Still need to do another update with the Zeke news. That'll be done sometime, probably Sunday. Of course, I have another 40-hour week at Walgreens coming up Monday through Friday. But we'll try and get the content out. So that's the end of this video, finally. Hope you did enjoy. If you did, how about we hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and thanks for watching.